welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial we'll learn how to draft a one-shoulder shirt. This is a beautiful shirt and it's easy to make. Stay with me as we learn how to cut the pattern. Thank you. Here is my basic pattern. For the front we have the bust line, the waistline and the length of the shirt. So the first thing I'll do is to mark the center, and I marked 4 inches at this point. After marking, I'll connect it to my bust span line. That is the center line, the line at the center of my dart. And after connecting it, I'll cut off the parts I don't need. So this is what I have after cutting. And don't forget I marked the center front already. So the next thing is to manipulate my dart. I marked ½ inch up and below my bust line because I don't want my bust part to be too sharp. So on my shoulder I'll be picking 1 inch to the right, 1 inch to the left, because I want the shoulder to be firm. And I will join it to the already marked line. I will repeat the process at the other side also. The next thing is to mark the point where my princess dart will start. So I'm marking 5 inches. You can mark 4. It's not compulsory you use the 5. And I'll try to curve. I must say my curve at this point was too much. If I have to redraw this pattern, I wouldn't make it too curvy like this. But this is what I have. So at each side of that line, I marked ½ an inch. I marked ½ an inch, and I connect like this. Connect it like this also. And I'm trying to redraw that part so that it will be too curvy. And extend my waist dart line also with a thick marker so that I can see what I have eventually. And I want to close the armhole a little bit so that it won't be too open. So I just added an extra paper, and what I'll do is at my armhole I'll come up by ½ an inch. I'll come up by ½ an inch at that point, and I will extend my dart by 1 inch. Yes, I want to extend my dart at that point by 1 inch outward. So I will draw my armhole line like that. And the next thing is to cut out my dart. And then I'll cut the shoulder dart and close it up. So let's go to the other dart. I'll cut it out also like this. Cut out the shoulder dart and then close it up also. So the next thing to do is to try to figure out how to cut the neckline. So I'm trying to just wash, I'm trying to use the best ruler for the job. And if I can't get a ruler, maybe I'll just free draw it with my hand. Just trying to see how to cut the slant line at the neckline. Okay, so that is what I have. I'll trim it off, and that's the neckline. So this is what I have. Eventually I have 4 pieces for the front, and since it's a shirt, there's a need for blanket at the front, so I'm just trying to glue the paper so that you will know if you are cutting your fabric, you have to put the allowance for that blanket on 2 and 3. That is the second piece and the third piece. So I'm just trying to show you what we'll have eventually after putting the allowance for your blanket. So that serves as the blanket. So that is the 4 pieces you'll cut for the front. Now let's go to the back pattern. The back pattern, this is the basic pattern for my back. And all I need to do here is to mark out the down parts of the back, which is actually 4 inches. So I'll just mark out my 4 inches, draw a straight line, and cut it off. That is 4 inches. So I'll just mark 4 inches randomly, and I'll just connect with a straight ruler. I also want to mark the shoulder line, so that I'll connect my back neckline. And at this point, you're at liberty to connect as you wish. You can make it as deep. My ruler wasn't really giving me what I want, so I decided to use my free hand to connect it. And after using free hand, I wanted it deeper, so I went deeper again. So at this point, you're at liberty to do whatever it is you want to do. Don't mind me, my free hand is looking somehow. I think I'll need my ruler to still give it a better curve. I want to mark out the parts where my princess dart will start from for the back. So I'll just use my curve ruler to do a curve to meet my dart. So I will position my dart half inch, and I will draw the dart line downward. So I just extended the dart. The same thing I will do here. I will extend it upward. I will mark half inch at the lower part, and I will extend that line. So I have 3 pieces for the back. However, I must say at this point that if you want it to be 4, you can actually make it 4. That means you divide the second piece into 2 at the center back. So if you want it 4, you just divide this number 2 into 2 pieces by cutting it at the center back. But I think 3 pieces is fine for me. So just cut it, and that is what we have for the back. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Don't forget to turn on the notification icon so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching.